Mary Templeton is capable and determined. She's always pleasant, and she puts you at ease, and she's personable, and then she tells you what you're going to do.
She was always very eager to keep up with her brothers. She's a very hard worker, very well organized, and very competitive.
I would call Mary pleasantly tenacious. Smart, she's athletic, she's tough, she's beautiful. She's a total package.
The first thing that come across is that she's a warm, friendly person. And of course, but Mary's great with numbers. You ask her her credit card number and I think she can repeat it to you.
She's always been very persuasive, and she's always right. She is that persuasive. And I don't know how she does it, but she finds a way.
When I was 5 years old, I went to the parochial school, and the nuns used to have me make change for lunch money and then add it up and help them with their deposit.
My husband and I grew up in the Midwest, and we sailed on the Great Lakes. The children all grew up sailing from the time they were very young. And when we moved to Glens Falls, Lake George is a beautiful lake, and they have competitive sailing.
Okay, for me, it's always a race. Okay, I'm very competitive.
So Mary and I raced, and after 2 hours into the race, we were coming to the finish line. We're in first place. And I'm heading for the left end of the finish line and concentrating on the shape of the sail and the angle of the wind. And Mary said, Dad, she said, go to the other end of the line because it's shorter. So I got the second place trophy. I was delighted with that. I don't know, it's been so many years, if I ever apologized to Mary, but I'm apologizing now. If I had listened to her, we would have won the race, I'm sure. And I've thought about that so many times.
Well, winning's more fun than losing.
I learned from that experience that she has talents above and beyond what a normal person has, and it relates to mathematics and geometry and engineering and things of that nature.
We went to Queensbury High School in northern New York, and they had a very, very good ski team. Mary was a very good cross-country skier. A lot of her friends called her the Bionic Woman.
She always worked. You know, at that time, things were rather thin because I was starting the company and I had 4 kids going into college.
Okay, I worked 3 jobs, and in 24 hours there was a couple that had seen me at all 3 jobs, and they were a little shocked, and they asked me, they said, did you just wait on me at the bank, and didn't I see you at the grocery store last night? And I said, yes, and they said, well, why do you work so hard? And I said, well, I'm saving money for college. And so they tipped me $40, which was, I'm sure, more than their dinner, but it was great.
So I grew up in upstate New York at the college, Union College in Schenectady. We met as freshmen. We're actually living on the same floor in a dormitory when we showed up as freshmen back in 1976. And we just turned out to be good friends.
We actually took calculus together. That's how we get to know each other. He helped me with my homework, so he's very smart. And so I enjoyed working at the Rathskeller. He was bouncing and I was, you know, serving hamburgers and beer. I asked him to come behind the bar and help out, and before I knew it, he was running the place.
I did drop by her Union College back when her and Rich were attending, and I can't tell any stories until after she's been given the award.
I joined Texas Instruments right out of college. I've been working with them for over 30 years now.
I went to work for General Electric and actually started with the training program. So I was traveling all over the country. Every 6 months they moved me. That was really good for me to transfer to New York City and to live on my own and to experience a career and to work really hard. So I lived probably 4 years away from Rich, and we dated the whole time.
got married, I don't know, 6-something years out of school. Well, I think we had a pretty good sense of what we wanted in life. We're both very focused, hard workers in terms of what we valued, and started raising a family right after we got married.
Okay, everybody say hi. Hi. We lived in Houston until 1994, and then we moved to Dallas. Rich and I do spend a lot of time talking about what is our legacy, or what is it that we want to contribute.
And it's all about how do you invest to make a better community. They don't just happen. It takes teams of people with passion and resource to be able to impact health and social services or help on education.
And we've had wonderful leaders show us this, through Texas Instruments and all of the founders and all they've accomplished. You just have to go around Dallas and you see their name on every, on every campus, libraries, civic centers, arts centers. And so those are not shoes we can fill, but certainly we can try to emulate in our own way.
Mary Templeton is one of those unique people who sees something, realizes that she can do something about it, and actually does it.
We were undertaking a large residence hall project. Mary was a hands-on doer and came to the construction trailers with us and helped us do everything from picking out carpet swatches, hardware.
And her ability to have financial acumen, know how to help and impact, and have the desire to do it, I think makes a big difference.
Mary's MTM. Mary is multitask Mary.
I see Mary as a financial wizard and a terrific role model for young girls and women. She has that great ability to gather people together, and she leads by her example. I saw her so passionate when John Paul II was beginning. She wanted that school to succeed.
Thanks to the Catholic Foundation's $1 million Cornerstone Grant, we went from this to all of this, and seeing is believing.
Well, from the very beginning, she was enthusiastic about the whole concept of the school because she really embraced everything that we were about.
She's kind of like a freight train. She kind of comes in and just gets involved and takes charge of things, and Mary makes everything a success.
She believed that that field would really enhance the community and the spirit of our school. What an amazing event. What a spirit of community. Our campus was truly alive with students, with parents, with friends and supporters of John Paul II High School.
Mary Templeton is unstoppable. I'm always amazed at her energy and her vision.
No matter how involved she was, whether it's St. Mark's or John Paul or Ursuline or even some of the colleges, she always has time for us. She was always there to do our homework and help us through math when we were struggling.
Throughout my life, my mom has always been unconditionally understanding.
My mom has the power and the drive to help the community. She really just wants to help. That's her goal.
She's lived her whole life that way. She's always been generous with her time and her treasure and her talents.
All of us are indebted to her as an outstanding woman in the diocese.
The Diocese of Dallas has just greatly benefited from Mary Templeton. She's never found a project, a charity, a cause not worth her time, her treasure, her talent.
Mary Hayman Templeton is the kind of daughter everyone wants to have.
Bottom line, Mary Templeton is simply a great person impacting the Dallas area and also the love of my life.